We met yesterday as a football team at 2 o'clock. And basically the outline of that meeting was, it was a very disappointing very disappointing end to an outstanding season. And so we talked about that some. We talked about the game. We talked about how we move forward individually and collectively. We also talked about an appreciation for the journey that we were able to walk. I'd probably like to just start with that. I'm extremely appreciative of these players and coaches and their efforts. It was a wild and challenging and fun ride. It always is. I'm appreciative of the support that we get, our fans in this city. I'm appreciative of those things. We had a wild ride. We were able to accomplish a lot of things, some things that we set out to do. We realized that our ball goes through the AFC North. We met the charge in that regard. We wanted to position ourselves as strongly as we could in playoff football to make the ball go through Pittsburgh, PA. We were able to get a bye and things of that nature. It ended the way it ended, and looking back at it, there's nothing that we could do about that but learn from the experience. We didn't play winning football last weekend, and there are consequences of that. We understand that. Oftentimes the people that care about us talk about putting perspective on it, it not being the most important thing in the world, and so forth. I get that, they get that, but it doesn't lessen the will that we have, the commitment that we have toward it, and that's a blessing. For that, I'm thankful, they're thankful, but it also doesn't lessen the hurt that comes with it when you're not successful. And we've learned to embrace that element of it too, because it's real. So at the appropriate time, they'll all process it in their own ways and learn and grow from it. We will too. And hopefully that strengthens us for our next journey. We understand that some of us are going to be on this journey and some of us are not. That's the nature of it. That's why we have the type of urgency that we have. That's why we have the type of appreciation for what one another are willing to do in the midst of the journey. Those of us that have been on multiple journeys, we know that none of them are the same, that there are always going to be changes, and that's just life, but it's also life in football. We embrace that. We're going through our same end-of-the-year type procedures that we go through, exit meetings and physicals and so forth, assessing or starting the assessment process. How we end this is very critical in terms of how we begin the next one. So you don't want to be in a hurry to end it, even though it can be uncomfortable and painful and so forth. It's important that we turn the stones over and gather information and really assess. And so that's what we're in the process of doing. It's not a short process, and I by no means am in the business of rushing it. I started this morning meeting with rookie players first and assessing what's transpired with them and building from there. It will continue. We got medical things we need to address. I don't have a lot of details there. Some of you guys know that guys were dealing with ongoing things. Some of those things may have been scheduled. One that comes to mind, I think Tyler Matakovich is scheduled for shoulder surgery on Wednesday. Some of the other stuff is obviously a lot more tentative. We've got to check those boxes as well, and we will. But just simply going through the normal procedure and just not underscoring that. It's important that we do a good job of that, because it really defines the start of the next journey. And let's face it, that's all we have, because this journey is over. There's finality in it. And as abruptly as it ends, we understand it and embrace it. Happy to address any questions you might have.